is Dr. Thomas Jones. I am Director of Bands at Hampton University. I started here in August of 2017, and this is going into my 4th year. I was informed about the opening of the job here at Hampton. It had been open for quite some time, but I hadn't known about it. It wasn't even on my radar. But our alumni band president at the time, he asked if I was going to apply for it. It was really a shot in the dark because the application deadline was nearing and I would have had to get everything together in the span of about a week. So when I got here, the basic directive was that we were to pretty much rebuild the program from scratch. We were charged with building the band from about 60 members to over 200 members in the span of 3 years. We were tasked to do that all without any changes to the budget. Essentially, we had to perform a miracle. So what we did was rebrand the program. New logos, a new sense of direction, and a new attitude for the program, not just amongst the staff, but with the students as well. Then we hit the road. We did a bunch of recruiting and we visited high schools and talked to directors, students, parents, guidance counselors, and we did everything we could on the ground to reach out to potential students and let them know what we had to offer here at Hampton. Fortunately, we were able to build the program to 200 members in less than 3 years. We actually did it in 2. So being a band director is a lot different than being a member of the staff. The band director is responsible for everything that the band does or fails to do. At the end of the day, the buck stops with him or her. A lot of people think being a band director is about what you do on the podium. There are a lot of aspiring band directors out there, and they might get the perception that it's all about conducting the band or being in front of the band or being on camera. Truth is, about 10% of what the band director does is actually on the podium in front of the students. The other 90% is behind the scenes, doing admin tasks, and doing all the stuff behind the scenes to make the band run and operate efficiently. So that involves fundraising, advocating for the program, meeting with faculty, meeting with administrators, and basically trying to put the students in the best position possible to be successful. A lot of people see the band on game day at halftime, and they don't realize what goes into every performance. So that involves fundraising, administration, logistics, everything that's not glamorous, that not everybody thinks is associated with the band program. So one of the things that we started doing when I got here was to build an online presence. Social media is very important to building a program. Whether it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, a band's online presence, it's a tool for recruiting, fundraising, marketing, and everything else associated with the band. We want to get our story out, and the best way to do that is through social media. One of the things that I drew on to help me in this job was my Army experience. I served as a psychological operations team leader, both in Iraq and Afghanistan, and I also served as a drill sergeant. All those experiences connect in a way that help me better serve our students, whether it's discipline, time management, or just being a mentor. So our first year, 2017, we were selected to the 2018 Honda Battle of the Bands. That's the first time that Hampton had ever been chosen. So it was a huge honor, and it was also a lot of work. But more importantly, it was a validation of what we were doing. All the social media, all the online presence, all the performances that we were doing, it culminated in this selection to the Honda Battle of the Bands. Based off of the strength of that, our drumline was also invited to the 2019 Tournament of Roses Parade. The following year, we were invited to perform at the New Year's Day Parade and celebration in Rome, Italy. That involved marching through the streets of Italy and playing at the Vatican. It was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. That same year, we were also invited to the 2020 Honda Battle of the Bands. So basically, we got off the plane from Italy and went straight into winter band camp to prepare for the Honda Battle of the Bands. So we were selected for the 2020 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City. However, with the current pandemic going on, they've had to reimagine what the parade will look like for this year. With that being said, the bands have had their invites deferred to 2021. So now we are set to perform in the 2021 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. However, this presents us with an additional challenge in that we will have a lot of students currently in the band that will have graduated by the time we head to New York. This is not a university-funded performance, so we will have to raise the funds on our own. Currently, we are seeking to raise about $300,000 for the trip. This number can fluctuate based off of the number of band students we will be taking to New York with us, as well as the economy at the time. So as a director, one of the things I like to do is to find new and creative ways to raise funds for instruments, scholarships, uniforms, staffing, and travel costs. Without being able to see the students every day, it becomes even more challenging. In June of this year, Hampton University sponsored a 5K to raise funds for the entire school. Me not being a runner, I decided to do it anyway just to see how it would go. I had already been training for the Army, keeping in shape doing PT, but I had never ran a 5K before that time. So after running that 5K, that gave me the idea. I started doing some research online and I saw that multiple organizations were holding virtual 5Ks. So what a virtual 5K is that you run a 5K on a treadmill around your neighborhood or anywhere you see fit, and then you report the time to the website. Many of these 5Ks are also fundraisers and they support a charity. So as I was researching, I thought maybe this could be a good fundraiser for the marching force. I've seen on YouTube where some people have run a 5K every day for a week. Some have run a 5K every day for 30 days, but I wanted to step it up a little bit. I like a good challenge. So I thought, why not try to run a 5K every day for 5 months straight? And through that, we would want to raise awareness for the band and hopefully get donors on board to donate to the band's cause. Our main fundraising goal is for the Macy's Parade, but associated with that are additional costs for instruments, uniforms, scholarships, and staffing. Hopefully, we can get potential donors to pledge a certain dollar amount for every kilometer ran, or we can get donors to donate outright. So for me, I'm not a runner. I don't like running. I do it because I'm in the Army, but growing up, running long distance was never my thing. Despite that, I still like a good challenge. With running so much every single day, pacing becomes important so that I don't injure myself or burn myself out. So even though running isn't something I necessarily like doing, the thing that motivates me the most is when I think about our students and some of the struggles they've gone through. Our students are intelligent, hardworking, motivated, and dedicated to this program, and they deserve the best from our staff. Hampton University is not a cheap school, and a lot of our students struggle with meeting the cost of attendance. Many of them work summer jobs, they fundraise on their own by asking their friends or family for donations for tuition, and some of them launch GoFundMe pages just so that they can raise enough money to enroll every semester. Starting August 31st, I'll be running a 5K every day for the next 5 months, ending on February 1st. I did a bunch of Googling and registered for a bunch of races, and I even made a spreadsheet with all the dates and scheduled everything out so that everything has a plan. Even though I'm not competitive when it comes to running, one of the cool things about these virtual races is that you're essentially racing against people from all over the country or even all over the world. I'll be doing these runs rain or shine, in sickness or in health, and competing with the weather in Virginia. Those of you that are from Virginia know that you can get all 4 seasons in a day. Our students need your support. Head over to www.supportthemarchingforce.com to learn how you can be a donor today. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at HU_bands, and follow us on Facebook at HU Marching Force. And to stay updated with the latest news surrounding the Marching Force and to learn more about our band, visit www.humarchingforce.com. So there it is, 5 kilometers a day, every day for 5 months. Let's get it.